January 1945. Off the western coast of Burma, there is an island swallowed by jungle and silence. Its name is Ramree. At night, the sea turns black, and the mangroves breathe. Insects fill the air. The jungle never sleeps. As British artillery crashes against the shoreline, hundreds of Japanese soldiers abandon their positions and run inland. Not toward victory, but toward what they believe is escape. They have no idea that by sunrise, most of them will be gone. Because on Ramree Island, the war does not end with bullets. It ends in the dark. Ramree Island lies along Burma's western coast. Low, flat, covered in swamp and mangrove. In 1945, it was a strategic target. The island offered a deep water harbor, an airfield, and control over supply routes toward Rangoon. For the British, capturing Ramree was a gateway to retaking all of Burma. For the Japanese garrison, nearly 1,000 men, there would be no evacuation, no reinforcements, and no surrender. When the Allied forces landed, Ramree was already lost. In late January 1945, the British 26th Indian Division launched its assault. Naval guns thundered from offshore. Aircraft bombed Japanese positions from above. Within days, organized resistance collapsed. British troops advanced steadily, cutting off escape routes, forcing the remaining Japanese inland. By the end of the fighting, the surviving soldiers faced a single choice: stay and be annihilated, or flee into the mangrove. They chose the swamp. The mangrove of Ramree is not a forest. It is a trap. Black, stagnant water. Mud that grips the legs. Roots sharp enough to tear flesh. The air is thick. Breathing becomes difficult. Movement is slow and exhausting. And the swamp is alive. Saltwater crocodiles patrol the channels. Venomous snakes coil in the branches. Scorpions hide beneath the mud. Mosquitoes carry disease. As night falls, injured, hungry, and disoriented, Japanese soldiers enter the mangrove in small groups. Within minutes, panic spreads. Then, the screaming begins. British officer and naturalist Bruce Wright later described the night as the most horrible sounds ever heard by man. He spoke of violent splashes, desperate cries, and sudden silence. Saltwater crocodiles can grow over 20 feet long. They are the largest reptilian predators on Earth. In the darkness, they attacked anything that moved. Men were dragged under. Weapons disappeared. Blood spread through the swamp. But modern historians urge caution. Not every death was caused by crocodiles. The truth is far more brutal. What happened at Ramree was not a single moment. It was a slow collapse of human survival. Many soldiers drowned in the mud, unable to free themselves. Others died from infected wounds, from fever, from dehydration. Some were shot as they emerged from the swamp at dawn. Others were killed by wildlife, including crocodiles. Out of nearly 1,000 men, fewer than 20 survived. The mangrove did not kill them all, but it ensured that almost none escaped. Over time, Ramree Island became legend. The Guinness Book of Records once called it the deadliest animal attack in human history. Today, historians debate the numbers, the scale, and the role of crocodiles. But the conclusion remains the same. At Ramree, nature itself became a weapon, and war stripped men down to instinct, fear, and silence. There were no victory parades on Ramree Island. No monuments. No heroes. Only bones slowly swallowed by mud and roots. The mangrove remains. The crocodiles remain. And the island still remembers what happens when war enters the wild.